This is a very bittersweet day for the Spalding family. We're here to honor and celebrate the life of Mark, but at the same time, we're deeply saddened that this comes at the occasion of his death. What I do want to do is offer a brief history, very brief history of Mark, and to give you some glimpses of what he was like as an individual and some unique characteristics to him. Mark was born January 10, 1952, to Sarah and Jack Spalding at the Community Hospital in Hiawatha, Kansas. He spent the first 5 years of his life enjoying home life and visiting one set of relatives, one set of grandparents or another. One set was in Reserve, Kansas, outside, there's a farm there, and the other is in Spalding's lived in a Victorian home. So he kind of enjoyed, his first 5 years of life, kind of going back and forth there. And he was also a vivacious, energetic child. And sometimes it's hard for his parents to keep up with. I remember one time at 4 o'clock in the morning, he decided that he would take me, I was 2 years old at the time, to visit a neighbor 3 blocks away. And I don't think either the neighbor nor my parents particularly appreciated him doing this, but the point is that he was a very energetic kind of a child. Great changes did come to our life when our mother died and when we acquired a new mother and we moved to Hamilton. We would spend our school years, just in the school year, mainly going to school and playing in the woods around our house and playing sports. I mean, either football, basketball, or baseball. And the most fun part was summer. I think most kids could relate to this. Who wants to go to school? So, anyway, we'd spend part of the time at the Lake of the Ozarks, jumping off the docks, exploring under the dock, and that was great fun. And then another thing that Mark and I did is we would go to the Clark Farm in Kansas. And one of the most memorable parts of that is that Mark had a toy John Deere tractor. And his grandparents bought implements, they were little toy implements that would go with it. So Mark literally farmed that toy John Deere tractor a plot of land about like this. And they actually, I think they planted soybeans, and about the time we were ready to leave, the little crop of soybeans came up. So anyway, and also we delighted in watching trains from the reserve to the Falls City or the Hiawatha train station. There were no trains in Camdenton, so that was quite a thrill for us. So anyway, the point of these early activities for Mark is that it started a lifelong interest in hobby trains, operating large equipment, and just tinkering with things and getting in there and figuring out how things work. As Mark entered his teen years, I think he started attracting to the attention of the girls. And he was one of the best-looking men in the school. I don't say that because I'm his sister. That just really is a fact. If you look at the pictures back here, I don't think you can deny that he's a very good-looking man. He also followed in the footsteps of many other boys at the time in giving sports a try. He tried out at football, basketball, and track, and he most excelled at track. He earned a varsity letter in track, and he won several medals at many meets for his high jumping abilities. And he was also a very good sitter. That's the hiker in football. I do believe that Mark was popular in school, not because he participated in sports, or not even because he was a very good-looking man, but he had a way of interacting and engaging in conversation with almost anybody. Not just the most popular, but just anybody in school. And I think that's why he was so well liked. And over the years, I myself enjoyed getting on the phone and just talking to him about anything and everything from our past. Now back to his school life, studying and being a model teenager, it wasn't particularly his thing. This wasn't something he wanted to do, and he kind of grew restless at home, and I'm not sure my parents knew how to handle this. So Oh, where are we? So anyway, I think that eventually Mark ran away from home when he was 17 years old. He did not graduate from high school. He sowed some wild oats during those late teen years. We in his family, or some of us, were scared to death of what would happen to him. I mean, we just didn't know. Thankfully, he must have seen what a dead end this would be. He went on to earn his GED in his late teens, and then he also started to engage in full-time employment of one sort or another, and kind of went on to a steady life, first in Springfield and then in Kansas City. Eventually, he received training as a mechanic at a technical college in Beloit, Kansas.